Week 1, a team in Wisconsin goes out west, and we see one of the most amazing teams we have seen. People said the Seattle Seahawks. Repeat, book it. We're talking about a team that firstly cannot be stopped at home. Cannot be stopped at home. And you have the issues in terms of the quarterback. Percy is shipped off. This defense is not playing like the defense we're used to. And Russell's doing a lot of good things, but yet and still they are not putting up the points that they need, especially in that division with all those defenses.
I would have to agree. I mean, we're definitely going to touch on the issues that's happening on Seattle a little bit later.
We touched on the Seattle Seahawks and the locker room issues that are going on, saying that Russell Wilson is not black enough in the locker. So, first of all, I think that it's bogus. I don't know how many people saw, a few of the videos or some of the people talking about this, or maybe even the point that Charles Barkley made about, some other black folks want to pull black people who are successful down. Some of that, there's some truth to that, and there are some other aspects to that as well. But from my perspective, I believe this is just ludicrous. This is bogus. Why should other athletes be saying stupid stuff like this, especially for a guy like Russell Wilson, who is the most charismatic, the most high honored type of person. He has very good, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. He has very good attributes. He's a guy that everybody looks up to. He's a leader in the locker room. He's a leader off the field. He knows how to carry himself. He's a guy that everybody looks at and they respect. So how can you just sit here and to me, just hearing that just baffles me, because here we go once again. We have somebody who is, being somebody that we can have our kids look up to, that has the type of respect, that has the type of leadership and the type of morality to go out there and do things right. And we want to bring that person down. That doesn't make sense. We need to think about this, especially athletes, from an athlete's perspective. When you're playing in a sport, it is a team atmosphere. You are building a family. No matter if you're white, black, yellow, green, everything that you see around you, these are your brothers, these are your sisters, these are your fathers, these is your family members that you're gonna have lifelong relationships with. So you gotta think about it from that perspective. Like, you can't sit here and condemn somebody because they're different, or even going back to say somebody may be homosexual in a locker room. You can't condemn that person, because when you're playing a sport, you don't even think about that. You're just thinking about, can you do your job? Can you do your job? Can you do your job? And if we all do our jobs together, we can win this game. We can win this championship. We can go to our ultimate goal. That should be the end game for everybody. We are our brother's keepers. We are our sister's keepers. Let's keep that in mind, especially as athletes. We're on that team and we're in that community. Don't try to condemn anybody for doing anything different. People are different. Let people be different. The best thing you can do is be you. So I believe, this issue should be, it's very, very stupid to me, but I believe this issue should not even be an issue, to be honest with you. Russell Wilson is a great guy. He should be talked about as a great guy instead of being, talked about, behind his back in certain issues. Granted, he does have some teammates that has his back, like Richard Sherman came out and said some things. But if this is a locker room issue that they are calling it, I believe this is just one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard, this year. So let's just nip it in the bud, move on. We're our brother's keepers, and let's see what we can do, as far as athletes, as we continue to go on our athletic careers.